Boom, what's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Milana, and welcome to another special edition of LGRN Reviews. This episode, it is episode 4 of season 2 of Winning Time. Yes, we're continuing our series, but without further ado, I do have a message for everybody here. Guys, this video was filmed during the 2023 WGA SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and the actors currently on strike, the series being covered here would not exist. And I want everyone to remember that. The reason me and Rob are enjoying this phenomenal show, it's not because some executive thought the show was great. It's because the writers and the actors are making it great. And like Jeff Perman's been saying on Twitter, you need to watch the show so we can get to season 3, because I want a season 3, because I want them to go into the 90s. I need it. I want it. I need it. I want it. You know what? You know what? I want them to go into the 2000s. Give me that, baby. I'm shaking. I'm rolling and rocking, and I'm excited. Excited for it.
Let's see him get swept by the Pistons.
Exactly. But without further ado, let me introduce you to the man that's going to take this journey with me through the 80s, through tape delay, through grainy footage, and the debauchery and psychoness of the LA Lakers. Shout out to Kurt Rambis, you hippie.
I love it.
Yeah. But Rob, let's get right into it, man. With the biggest story, the biggest storyline of the entire episode culminates with the final shot. It is Magic's relationship with the team, his teammates, and what's his face? Paul Westhead.
Yeah.
Rob, a couple episodes ago, you said, hey, man, I wish that I hope when we reveal Magic Johnson's trade request. And this episode ends with what, Rob?
Trade. I want out of here.
I want out of here.
Yep.
But now, Rob, let's talk about it. What was your initial feeling overall? Let's talk about the overall episode, then we'll break it down storyline by storyline. Overall, did you think it was a good episode?
It was a good episode. You're starting to see Paul Westhead, at least the character here of Paul Westhead, breaking down. You see him reaching new heights in his ego, and also it's also showing that it's a very 80s time and stuff like that. They're showing them they're at the Lakers lounge. He's partying, he's dancing. He shows he's doing the thing. Oh, you can't dance with me. I'm married, kind of stuff. We've never seen his wife, and he's never talked about her yet. So I thought that was an odd thing. But yeah, it's to see Westhead, just the absolute ego that he has. It's quite strange. He had a line in here and stuff like that. He was talking about how we won playing my way or something like that. But they didn't. Like they weren't using the system. They're using McKinney's system.
Showtime.
Yeah. It's different, way different. They haven't won shit.
Way different.
They haven't won anything. It's fascinating. I do think the system is fascinating. But yeah, like it is like they said in the paper. You can almost plug in anybody to play that, as long as they have to be a good shot and they have to be quick. But yeah, to have the system, what would you need a Magic for? And Magic is just so unbelievably talented and so just free flowing with his thoughts and stuff like that. He's able to put the ball anywhere just by moving. Like to stifle him in any kind of system like that would have been wrong or whatever. I don't blame Magic Johnson for wanting to trade. I have lived in a city where many people have requested trades out of here. It's fun to see maybe the biggest team in the NBA at the time. People wanting out of there, especially their biggest star. It's fascinating stuff. 1981 would have been a fascinating time for basketball.
Yeah, man, and I really, you could see they're just all of them are egomaniacal. They're all egos, man. And you know what, man?
Yeah. So, well, yeah. I would say Kurt Rambis. I don't know if you'd actually say if he's egomaniacal.
Nah, Kurt Rambis is probably too high to have an ego.
He's a good man.
He's a hippie. and liking stuff on Twitter that he shouldn't be liking
Oh
or
boy.
publicly liking. So that's another story. But how about you just try it? Try it.
Yeah.
Great players are great in any system you put them in, right? Try it out. Run to your spot. Run the offense. He's not even trying to run the offense. It doesn't look like he's trying to run it.
Yeah.
The way the show is portraying Magic Johnson, it's like he's not even trying to run it. He's not even trying to meet him halfway.
Yep. It looks like two massive egos going against each other, and it's just like polar opposites. They cannot connect. So you can't blame either one of these people for getting mad at each other. They're just at complete different ends of the spectrum when it comes to basketball IQ. Not saying either one is wrong. It's just Magic can't play that way. Paul Westhead can't coach that way. There has to have something happen here. And history will show that who knows what happens. We'll see. We'll see what happens maybe next episode. It's a huge spoiler if I say what happened.
Well, no, Rob, but here's the thing. You said Paul Westhead can't coach that way, but he did. He took over the team for Jack McKinney, and he coached that way.
But he wants to be his own man. Like, he's got the spot. He's gotten. Are they paying him $1 million?
Yes, they're paying him. They're paying him $1 million. They're both paying. They're paying both men $1 million.
Right. So
both men are being paid $1 million.
He's making more than anybody but Magic on that team.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him the job. He was the assistant coach, and he took over a man's spot. They gave him $1 million. So, and again, a lot of this has to do with Bus, but Bus is trying to be forward thinking and stuff. They just won a championship and stuff like that. So,
well, yeah,
go ahead.
No, my favorite thing is like when he's talking to Pat Riley in the office, and he's like, you don't know, you don't know, you don't think I know I've lucked into this job.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
West quit. Jerry's friend got murdered. Tarkanian's friend got murdered. I was like, oh damn. He smiled. He was like, he kind of smiled. Like psycho. Yeah, but he smiled. He was happy about it. No, I'm kidding. No, he's not. He's not happy about murder. McKinney having a bike accident, finding Pat Riley. He's like, yeah, but he's like, but if I'm gonna fail and I'm gonna go down burning, I'm gonna go down burning my own way, like my way. I'm gonna go down burning, and I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You want to win. You're a head coach. You want to win, but you would rather lose your way than win by compromise.
Yeah.
It's just two idiots talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's two egomaniacal idiots talking to each other.
It's a team game. It's a team game. And
team game.
Coach is part of a team. Coach should never be above everybody else. They have to work he has to get.
Also, too, man,
I just want
to point out, bring that down.
Oh boy.
Kareem calls him out and uses his own words against him. He's like, you said I should humble myself, and I did that. How about you humble yourself? And he looked disgusted that, like, how dare Kareem use my words against me? And he looked disgusted, like, screw you, man. Like, no, I'm right. You're wrong. And you're a child.
This is his third season.
Yeah, it's your third season, bro. I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, bro. I've been the man since sophomore year of high school.
They had to change rules because of him.
Rob, I'm back.
Okay, very good.
Magic taking me out.
I thought maybe you were pausing for a super dramatic effect.
I was. Like, no, I'm talking about Kareem should have every right to be an egomaniacal, arrogant person.
Yep.
And then some young buck tells him, like, you need to be a little humble, and he does it. He humbles himself. He's like, you're right, man. But you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. Come on, son. Come on, son.
History will prove Magic to be right. But now, just because I know which team you favor in the NBA, would have. I know you weren't around, but just to think back, how excited would you have been to have known that
Kareem
Kareem?
Abdul-Jabbar became a Nick. I would have lost my shit. I would have lost my shit, Rob.
Yeah,
I would have lost my shit, man.
yeah, he
Uh,
couldn't have. He would have paved the way for, you know, another 3 decades of not winning a championship. But
whoa, how do you know
no,
that? How do you know that? No, you don't understand. No, in the 80s, it would have been him and Bernard King.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a team with him and Bernard King, son.
You guys picked up a pretty good center. Just couldn't win.
Patrick King was great.
Yeah,
All right, you watch him out.
He was pretty good. I said he was pretty good.
He's damn good. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Hall of Famer. God damn it. He's the only Hall of Famer to never play with Hall of Famers.
Yeah, not even John Stark.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
I know. That's why I said not even him.
So yeah. So mad like bro, like when they're like he okay, so Rob, you ever heard of this story about the Orlando Magic?
Maybe.
Okay, so they're signing Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady, right?
No, I don't remember that.
There was a third star that was supposed to go to the Orlando.
Okay.
You want to know who that third star was?
Patrick Ewing?
Tim Duncan. A young Tim Duncan. So it's between Orlando and San Antonio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's leaning towards Orlando because, you know, McGrady, Grant Hill, this young up-and-coming coach named Doc Rivers is coaching the Magic. He asked Doc Rivers one question. He says, "Hey, Doc, can I bring my family on the plane with us?" Doc Rivers says, "No, the plane is for team personnel only and players." 2 days later, he signs back with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yep.
But guess what happened?
He was going to be behind someone on either team.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Rob. So Doc goes to Boston. They're trading for for Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett can say no. He asked Doc one question: "Can I bring my family on the plane with me?"
Yeah.
You know what Doc Rivers says? Yes,
course.
you can.
Of course.
Absolutely, you can. 100% you can.
Yeah.
Because Doc Rivers is the only man to be like, "Hey, Tim, you cannot have that thing." And imagine Tim Duncan in Orlando with T-Mac and Grant Hill before Grant Hill hurt his ankle.
I was gonna say this is pre-injury Grant Hill.
This is pre-injury Grant Hill because he hurt his ankle in Orlando. That's the thing people forget. Detroit, Grant Hill was fully healthy, and then he got hurt. Yeah, and he was great. So imagine Grant, McGrady, and Tim Duncan in Orlando.
That's nice. That's
nice.
Nice.
Amazing. So like that's what I like about.
But they still got like a Scott Skiles and stuff like that out there too. Yeah. So.
Well, hey man. Well, no, Scott Skiles was gone. Scott Skiles played with yeah, he was gone already because they got rid of him. They got rid of him so they can make room for Penny.
Oh, I couldn't even remember.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Scott
I think things also turned out well for them. They Magic's have had some good players. They just have shit ownership and shit management. That's all.
But okay, now Rob, let's talk about another one of the storylines I think is really important. Is
sure.
Jerry Buss's family life with Jeannie.
Yeah.
And Jeannie trying to make her way in the world. And that relationship. What do you think about that one?
Jeannie has like I get it. Like my parents split up when I was quite young, but luckily have a very good relationship with my stepmother. But I think this is the closest someone has come to that point of like taking her daddy away, and she's still only 21 here. Like when she started in the offices, she was an 18-year-old kid. And this is only 2.5 years later, or whatever it is, 2 years later even. So she might not even be 21, I should say. So I get it. There's that pushback, and it's just another girl that he was with before, stuff like that. It seems to be happening very fast. Of course, she's going to say something like, "Are you serious?" Like I can get it. And asking her to go and go do the ring shopping with him is pretty remarkable as well. It's it turns out Dr. Buss may have not have been the best parent. Those are just some things that you just don't do and stuff like that. And moving her in so fast, stuff
Mhm.
like that. And we also have to remember that there is no honey. This is an amalgamation
Of like
of a
four
couple,
other women.
at least a couple other women. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah. But as far as the character goes, I understand why
Mhm.
she gets upset. I understand why he would be upset. This is a family thing. I think it was portrayed well, actually. What do
Yeah, I
you
do too.
what do you think? Yeah.
Well, no, I do too, man. Because she also Johnny's still mad at her as well
Hmm.
because she traded his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm kind of on her side where she told him, "Hey, don't get involved in
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
This is your fault." Like that, I don't really care about Johnny's feelings in that case because she told you this is like don't mix your personal with your business, okay? And if you're gonna do that, don't get mad when I make a business decision, okay? All right. So that I'm with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I think I think this is gonna be like a because you remember when we flash back when she was about the flashback when I think she was like 8, maybe, and she's with her mom and he's with some lady, and
Right.
she then walks back to him, and she catches the lady giving him a hand job in the restaurant,
Hmm.
and he catches her. And you're an 8-year-old. You're like, why aren't my parents together? And then I think when but also kids are smarter than you think. I think in that moment she realized, now I know why my parents aren't together. And the veneer of who she thought her dad was kind of faded off. And she finally realized, like, oh, that's who my dad is. Oh, okay.
I agree, but I think she also has an idea of who she thinks her dad is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has that photo album. He keeps showing her all the different girls he's been with.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a guy who's just gonna be a bachelor for the rest of his life, and now all of a sudden, there's someone more serious involved and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
her place is threatened. She's already at the, she already has to go over like two older brothers and stuff like that, and like from the story and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's only the two brothers, so yeah. So I think she may think like her position is threatened and stuff like that. She's a 20-year-old kid, but like with a
Mm-hmm.
mind for business. So, yeah, it's pretty yeah. Um, the Genie character in this show is, again, I say, is still maybe my favorite character in the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing, and becoming underused. Like she was not in this episode much. There's a bunch of people who haven't been in
The
this much.
this episode was lacking storylines. Literally, the main storyline was Magic and Westhead button heads and
Yeah.
Westhead butting heads with Pat Riley. And then that scene. Let's talk about the scene. The scene where Kurt Rambis becomes a Laker, where Kurt Rambis is not gonna be a Laker.
No.
They're gonna cut Kurt Rambis, and then Pat, Jerry West walks in, and someone brings up Rambis, and not Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Jerry West is
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, man, screw that hippie, that weird ass looking hippie. What's wrong with him?" And then right then and there, Kurt Rambis makes the team because Paul Westhead wants to shove it to Jerry West.
Yeah.
And then when he wrote his name, and then Jerry was like, "Hey man, what do you write? What do you write? What the hell, that hippie? What the hell did you put these?" Jerry West is losing his mind and he yells at hippie like 8 times and starts cussing him out. If this is how it actually happened, and Kurt Rambis becomes a Laker legend because Paul Westhead wanted to stick it to Jerry West, I'm cool with it. What about you, Rob?
Well, also Riley said before, like you can't cut this man. Like this
He's not
guy
a
is an
stats guy.
yeah, this is an effort guy. This is a guy that your team rallies around and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So there was that in his head too, and just I think Westhead was just a contrarian. Like he had to have it just his way. And as soon as he found out that somebody in upper management, i.e., West, was all for getting rid of Rambus, it's like, no, I can't have this happen. This has got to be my team, not West's team.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, yeah. So they keep Rambus with the all-time mustache, the all-time glasses. I thought it's a remarkable. Kurt
Man,
Rambis.
he's actually a part of a very historical moment in Lakers Boston Celtics history. That yeah, okay, fine, I won't say it. Yeah. It's an amazing moment, by the way. I loved it, every single
Yeah.
moment of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, overall, man, he is an insecure man.
He is incredibly insecure.
Paul Westhead is extremely insecure.
For being egomaniacal,
He's an
he's
insecure.
incredibly insecure.
Yeah, because any advice, any like your assistant tells you something, you're like, nah, screw you, respect the pecking order, screw Jerry, screw Bill. Um, he did. Rob, let's talk about this scene where he tries to put his foot down against Jerry West in Jerry West's house, and Jerry West is like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?"
Yeah.
Who the he starts out by complimenting Jerry, who's like, Magic has a direct line to the king. He calls him the king, and but I need to be able to, be a bus man. And then he says, "We're in this together," and Jerry's like, "No, we're not. We're not in this together.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm the king, and you will do what I want." And Paul Westhead was like, "Yeah, that's when I knew I fucked up."
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Where Jerry Buss is like, "You better what?" Well, Doc, let's call him Doc because there's another Jerry. Doc is like, "Who the hell do you think you are in my house, Rob?" He did it in his house.
Yeah.
Imagine that, Rob. That's you. You are blinded and
Yeah, that's
crazy if you think that. What about you?
that's just ego pushing, like that's that side of your psyche or whatever, just pushing through your head and becoming its own thing, absolutely pushing out the id and the super ego and stuff like. And
Mhm.
you're just a body of ego and you go after it and stuff like that. But um, yeah, Bus is completely fair to say. No. You don't get it. Like the only person that has the stake in this
Mhm.
is Bus. This is his money. These guys are going to get paid no matter what, and they've already talked about the troubles that the
Mhm.
Lakers have. The Lakers need to make money. So, I thought it was funny when Bus was in the meeting with West and Bill and talking about uh, maybe making a change for the coach and stuff. It's like we cannot make a coaching change in the middle of the year again. What happened the last time they had to make a coaching change in the middle of the year? I'm pretty sure it turned out pretty well for them.
Mhm.
I'm
Well,
pretty
also
sure they
too, it
won.
also stemmed
Oh,
from their
championship.
also their head coach
Yeah,
was almost dead.
yeah.
So
But they
so
had to make the change. That's the
yeah.
other. Other than that like that scene would have made no sense at all. Like they had to make the change but they still won a championship. That makes no sense to say we can't do this. The press will lead us alive. Is like what for?
Mhm.
And especially that early in the season, if they just think, oh, this isn't working, let's go somewhere else. Anyways, next week, let's see what happens. I'm
Also,
pretty sure it'll be status quo and nothing is going to change, and everyone's going to
mhm.
be happy together forever on the
Well,
show.
also too, man, if you think about it, Rob,
Hmm.
you could start seeing Pat Riley getting mad and irritated and like you
Well, he's
mother.
got his neck. His neck has gone out
Yeah.
from stress.
Yes.
He's lying on the floor at home. The only time you see Gillian Jacobs so far this year or this season, with
Mm-hmm.
her standing over, she doesn't even have a word, but she does have her name in the credits at least. So thank goodness
Mm-hmm.
for that. But yeah, his neck is out.
Gone.
Uh, yeah, he's stressed to the max. Uh, uh, Westhead and Tebow are getting along like thieves and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Um,
Odd man
Westhead,
out on the coaching staff.
yeah, and Westhead sitting on Riley's desk now because he's in the assistant coach's office and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So all these boundary things or whatever he's talking about
Sitting
are
on his
happening.
notes.
Yeah,
The notes he gave him and was supposed to read.
and it's just
So
a
there's
tweak.
that. Just
It's,
disregard and disrespect.
yeah, him
Mm-hmm.
and Tebow are like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, are we supposed to not like Tebow too? Like, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure. Well, we all know. Well, we don't all know. But yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I can't wait for it. I want to see how they kind of deal with those sort of things this next week.
Mhm. And
I hope.
lastly, the last storyline, Rob, I want to talk about because really, pretty much, man, this episode was pretty light on storylines. There was only like two, if you think about it.
Hmm.
But McKinney, Jack McKinney's back.
Yeah,
Jack McKinney's back, and then there's that scene where all the former Lakers, they're all hugging him and kissing him and showing him love. And hey, coach, love your dog, man. Love you this, love you that. And you just see they keep cutting back to Westhead, and he's just getting hot between the ears.
they didn't even get
He
a
is
full season
livid.
out of him.
Yeah, he is just mad. He's like, I was with y'all for years, and he's only been there for 13 games, and y'all love him more than me. And he's mad. Brings him, he brought McKinney to some Hamlet hamburger shop
Hmm.
and all that Shakespearean whatever. And he's all egomaniacal coming in, and he's mad that his players giving him love that he's not receiving. But McKinney picked those players. He said, I want Michael Cooper.
Yeah.
And Michael Cooper doesn't own anything to Paul Westhead. He's not the guy who said, you're good. McKinney was. So I understand why him and Jamal Wilkes, shout out to Jamal Wilkes, my guy, Jamal Wilkes, Silk. So shout out to him. Like Jamal Wilkes was, brought in from, Golden State to LA because Westhead wanted him, you know. So imagine, and you just see, like, Rob, you think it was a great depiction of the more insecurity in Paul Westhead? Because I think his insecurity is the reason he is not getting along with the players and not getting along with Magic.
100%. Like for a man with such a
I was about to
huge
say something
ego.
else, but I didn't want to
Oh,
ruin it.
okay, gee whiz. Yeah, he is incredibly insecure. Going back to that thing with McKinney, and it was great just with how deadpan he is. It's like, I want to humble you. Like
Mhm.
I want to expose you, I believe he said. Of course, they ended up losing the game anyways, but I think, talking about how Bill had won the Coach of the Year and stuff like that. He said, well, that's not what we're in this for. It was great to see Bill McKinney. You know, it was great
Mhm.
seeing those blue and yellow Pacers uniforms.
Yeah, yeah.
Much better than those navy and red trim Nets uniforms, which are terrible. But the Nets have never gotten a jersey right in their entire existence. Yeah, Westhead. If you look at Paul Westhead's coaching resume, he
Mhm.
wins, but he doesn't stay anywhere for very long. I think there's a very good reason for that, and it might be all in his head. There's just an insecurity to that man with all the knowledge that he has. So we're gonna see how this plays out next week. It should be an incredibly fascinating episode. But remember, Bustle has to get Kareem on board here too. I don't think the
Mhm.
captain is very fond of anybody involved right now, but he has humbled himself. So
Mhm.
let's see if he can get other people on board as well. And it's another great episode for Norm Nixon. Always love seeing it.
Yeah,
If
I
not,
love Noam Nixon.
if not Jeannie, Norm Nixon's my favorite character on the show.
I think so. We'll talk about the end of the season. We'll talk about favorite characters. My favorite scene is in the when they get the Sports Illustrated, and they're mad that they're not on the cover, and it's Larry Bird, and then and then, and then Mitch Kupchak says something, and then Norm Nixon's like, "Shut the hell up, all right? Like, shut up." And then Lansbury said, "Man, I've been on this team longer, and I've been wide. He says, I've been on this team. I've been white on this team longer than that mother lover." And then he's like, "Lansbury, stop talking."
Yeah, Lance Burger. Yeah,
Lansberger or whatever.
yeah.
Like,
I've
So
been
like, that
white
shit was
on this
hilarious.
team longer than him.
Yeah,
Cup,
I've been white
Cup
on this
Jack.
team longer than him.
Cup Jack.
You know what's crazy? And both of them are gonna get usurped by the other white guy.
Yeah.
Because did you remember Mitch Upkick was a Laker?
Yes.
I didn't.
Right.
I didn't remember. I knew him as the GM,
Yes.
and he did not have a good GMing. But overall, I did not know anything else. So it is what it is.
If I'm the cracker, you're the cheese.
Yeah, that's what he said.
All right.
What does that mean? What does
Means
that
nothing.
mean?
Means nothing. My favorite scene is the bus scene or whatever. And it's like, I don't answer to Magic fucking Johnson. Just as he's coming on, of course, or whatever, and he hits the
Finish.
Walkman to go out, and he tells Coop to go out and talk to him.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of man I guess he was
Yeah,
at
he's
that
a
time or
yeah,
whatever.
man.
He
Yeah.
has no problem talking behind anybody's back.
Say to their face.
Yeah, and then when he tried to, well,
He got scared. Got
went a
scared.
little haywire. Things went
Yeah,
a
he got
little
a little
haywire.
scared.
Yep.
But you know what, guys? Don't be scared to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to get all the notification for our reviews of this show, as well as we are almost to 900 subscribers. We need 50. 50. We are 150 away from 1,000. So make sure everyone to hit that subscribe button and share it with your mother, your brother, your grandmother, your daddy, your grandpappy, your lover, your other lover, your third lover, and your fourth lover.
This is a
And your
popular
sister.
person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So make sure to do that. But on that note, everyone, I think we've reviewed this episode enough. Told y'all we're gonna keep it to 30 minutes, max 40. Rob, where can people find you, my man?
You can find me all over the Let's Get Ready Network space on the highlights, of course, starting 11, talking about the English Premier League. We'll be talking about that come Tuesday once again. It should be in the
Champions League draw was today.
yes, but not for everybody. Not for everybody.
Yeah, those other losers in London.
Oh boy. But
Champions
it, what?
Leagues in London is gonna be red this year, baby.
Hmm. Well, we'll see. It's also the end of the transfer window this week, so lots of stuff to talk about with that. Starting 11 this week, this coming Tuesday. Now, also I'm doing Ahsoka reviews right here on this channel, the entertainment channel, the flagship. Let's Get Ready Network. We're talking Ahsoka with Justin and Danny. Also, Danny and I also do Let's Get Ready Network After Snark every weekend. This weekend, we're going to have to change to a different day. We usually do it Sundays. We're going to go Saturday this week. Big episode this week. Danny's big 30th birthday, semi-spectacular, happening this weekend on Let's Get Ready Network After Snark. How about you first?
You can find me every Friday, guys, on our sports channel. Let's Get Ready Network. The highlights every Friday, 3 o'clock. Me and Caleb talk American football, NFC East, Giants, Cowboys, couple Eagles and Commanders, and overall NFL news. We also every Friday, 8 o'clock Pacific for the future. At this moment, it is the Open Table. Me and Adelia's long form conversational show where we have some interviews. We've realized 3 weeks interviews, 1 week us two, casual Friday. So this Friday at 8 o'clock, we're going casual Friday. It's just me and Adelia talking the world of sports, especially what happened with Jenny Hermoso and Luis Rubiales with the Spanish Soccer Federation, as well Spanish Football Federation, because in Europe, as well as some, which is that's kind of a bad thing in that sense, but we also gonna have a positive thing where we talk about Nebraska.
Ooh.
Yesterday had the largest event ever attended for a female sporting event in North America at 92,003 people in Lincoln, Nebraska. They took over their football stadium and they sold it out, Rob. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. I can't stop watching their walkout video. They played the Michael Jordan music, and you could see that their coach has never done a tunnel walkout, because they don't walk out a tunnel in the volleyball arena, but it was awesome. And that video hit harder than crack. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So it was, let's just say this: if this video was right next to Spencer Haywood, he'd be smoking that video. That's all I gotta say. He'd be smoking that video.
Get it right to his veins.
Yeah, right straight to his veins. Inject it right into my veins.
He's gonna have to divorce Amon again.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe he was with
Crazy.
Amon. That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. So, but on that, everyone, thank you guys so much for joining us. See y'all next time. Peace.